What's up, guys? Welcome to my brand new YouTube channel called New to Sea-Doo, because that's exactly what I am. Don't know what in the world I'm doing, but been wanting one of these for a long time and decided to finally take the plunge, no pun intended, and pick one of these things up. I'm taking this video in my garage. You might see a couple dogs. That's our Basset over there. His name's Elliot. Say hello. Hey, Elliot. Elliot, you want to say hi? It's my first video, man. You didn't give a shit. All right. So I purchased a GTX 170. So for those that aren't familiar, I did a ton of research. Prior to purchasing this, I am a larger guy and had ridden one of these that was a little bit older. It was actually a GTX 155. I believe it was a 2018, if I'm not mistaken, a friend of a friend type of situation. And it was the most comfortable and stable I had ever felt on a ski before, so I decided to go ahead and pick one up. So this is the GTX 170 for this first video, and I apologize for a little bit of a mess in the garage here, but I'm going to do a quick walk around and show you some of the features of this thing, and then I'm sure I'll have other videos with newbie type shit, like things you might want to buy for your trailer or not, and what I did and why and all that kind of thing. So as you can probably see from this area here, we have just a basic three-seater. I will tell you that the front is extremely comfortable. I've actually not ridden in the back yet because I don't trust other people, but from what I've been told, everybody seems to like that pretty well. Although I have been told that for the passengers that are in the back, sometimes the way that your legs are positioned and being spread after a while can kind of get to you. You have a little handlebar right here for your passenger. They can hold on here. They can also hold on here on the back. I think a lot of people like this better. I know there's, I think my wife likes to do one hand on this and one hand back here. It's kind of whatever you want. So here's the body of the thing. It has what's called an ST3 hull. So from what I've read, that's pretty much one of the most stable right now, especially for rough water. I ride this thing in fresh water at the moment, but could be kind of cool. As we kind of come around the front, and I'll go over some of the other features here in a second, you can see the 170 on the side here. So these things come in several different flavors. This one is the 170. So it's a 2023. I purchased it brand new and probably about a month and a half ago, something like that. And you can also get this in a 230 as well as a 300. And the 170 is the only one that is, as far as the new ones go, over the 2023 models anyway, is naturally aspirated. The other ones, the 230 and the 300, both have a supercharger. And from what I've read, again, there's going to be varying opinions on this, but a lot of people say that it's more upkeep, more things to break, more things to go wrong. And I wanted something that was, again, stable, enjoyable, and still fast enough. This thing tops out at about 55 miles an hour, which is plenty fast for me. Really not too much to see there along the front side. This one does have a couple of features that are optional. So the first one is going to be these speakers here, which are 100 watts. And this is the BRP premium audio. So you can get that as part of your package or not. The other thing that it has, as we get into the controls here in a minute, or actually right now, is this IDF. And if I kind of zoom in on that, you'll be able to see that it says IDF right there. And that's basically the intelligent debris-free system, which pretty much flushes out if you get seaweed or any sort of debris caught up in the ski. There's a separate system where you're literally sitting on it, riding it, and you just press that button, follow the instructions, and hopefully blow out whatever you might have sucked up, unless your buddy sucks up rocks like mine did, or almost did, and probably doesn't work all that well for that. So those two features are optional on this, the IDF and the BRP premium audio sound. You can choose to get those or not. The IBR, so it has braking and reverse functionality on it. That pretty much comes standard now as far as that goes. So that's kind of a cool feature. You have your basic throttle up here. You have some controls and settings that will be on the right-hand keypad. And again, we looked at this one briefly already, but there are some different modes, if you see that. So there's sports mode on here, which makes it pretty aggressive, even though it still tops out at the same 55 or so miles an hour. It definitely changes the ride, kind of like sports mode in your car. You also have the variable trim system up and down, which will affect the nozzle and the front of the craft in terms of how high or low it goes. So some people like to trim it all the way up for top speed or maximum speed there once they get it going and out of the water. I like the way it handles better with the trim down personally. So I usually keep it either all the way at the bottom or every now and then I'll put it up to the middle, but I don't really like it trimmed up all the way. And then there's some other modes on here. This one for what they call slow mode. So if you're going through a no wake zone and you want to check that out, you can simply set it, and there's the controls over here will get you to a certain number. So I usually set mine like a 5 or a 6, and I just cruise through, and I don't have to worry about giving it throttle, not giving it throttle. You know, that really doesn't come into play. It just makes for a much more relaxed and enjoyable way to get through the no wake zone. And then on this side, you'll see a handle over here, which, believe it or not, this thing actually has brakes. So if you're going and you literally just squeeze it down and hold it, it will stop. Normally watercrafts, at least in the past, from what I've gathered, have not really had brakes on there. So that's kind of cool. And then if you press and hold it down, it actually has reverse on it as well. If we look in here, show you some of the storage compartments. So we got this one here, just a quick little guy. There's actually a watertight compartment that you can put your phone in. So if you snap these back and open this guy up, you can literally drop your phone in there. There is, you can see a little bit of a spot right here where you could have a USB charger hooked up to it. Mine didn't come with one, but I think that's one of the extras that you might be able to order, and you can have that put in there if you wanted to charge your phone, but I usually try to have mine charged up before I get on the thing. So that will keep it watertight. Then you have your basic key here. Obviously that clips onto your life vest. You have this portion here that will go right on this guy, as many of you probably know, to go ahead and start it up. And I actually just got this back today. I had a minor issue I'll talk about in another video, but I got a spare key made. So we got an extra one just in case. And that's that first compartment. And then this thing has, if you just pull these down here, you'll hear it snap a little bit, a ton of storage. So we got our fire extinguisher there. We got a first aid kit and a whole bunch of stuff in here. It's kind of hard to see. I'll probably do another video with all the different accessories that I bought and why. But you can see you got a whole bunch of storage in there. You can fit a nice little cooler if you want to have, you know, a beverage of choice on the water. You can certainly do that. They also make some cup holders that you can get installed. I don't have them on here, but a lot of times if some folks don't have the speakers, or even if you do, there's ways to get those installed. So that's kind of a nice feature. And I think we talked about, you know, the base as far as that goes. Take you around the sides. You can see the footwells are pretty deep. Then there's this thing on the back here called the link system. As you pull that up, you'll hear that click, and you can buy all kinds of accessories like different types of coolers or whatnot. If you want to purchase special coolers that work with the link system, it clicks right in there. So that's pretty cool. Sometimes people will buy extra fuel tanks and things like that. I haven't purchased anything yet for it. I'm still trying to get the lay of the land with this thing, and we'll kind of figure that out over time. As you can tell, I can't even close the fucking thing. There we go. You got to push the sides in there so you don't snap it. Push the sides in there and snap that down. This doesn't come with it, but if you wanted someone to do some water skiing, there you can go ahead and put a pole in here for that. If you're just wanting to do tubing, which I don't think a lot of people do on skis, there's actually a clip in the back here that you can use for the tube. They actually tell you not to do the tube on that section, but rather to tie it in right here. Another feature that I kind of like is this foot ladder. So if you move this down here, if you're in the water, you're actually going to go ahead and put your knee on there. Maybe I'll do another video on how to get back on the watercraft, but that will assist you in doing that. So that's kind of nice. It makes it way easier to get up on this thing. You can grab this handle here and then grab these handles here, and it just makes it a whole lot better. If we come down to the bottom, hey, Elliot, you want to say hello? That's Elliot, everybody. That's our Basset. There's some hooks on the back, and obviously a hook in the trailer. And so we got some ratchet straps. They're a little bit loose right now, but we've got some ratchet straps to kind of hold it in there. And I might do another video on the ratchets that we purchased, because I actually lock it down a little bit more secure than that. But a lot of people will just go with that. And you can kind of see the same thing on the other side here. These bad boys help to keep you stabilized. I don't know what the technical term is for this, but as you're doing your turns, you can kind of feel that cut into the water and help keep you pretty stable. One of my buddies thinks it's impossible to tip this thing. I'm sure it's not, but we have this thing pretty much on its side up in the air, and we still didn't flip. But that's another story for another day. So that's a quick walk around of the 2023 Sea-Doo GTX 170, which is the touring line. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit more stable. It's a shit ton of fun, and I'm sure I'll have plenty of other videos coming to you guys at some point soon. At some point on the water, I'll probably go over the display system a little bit and the different modes and what that looks like. And I think that's about it for today. Here are the audio controls right above the speaker. I didn't mention that. I think I was looking at the right speaker when I originally went over the speaker section, but you can actually control and hook it up Bluetooth with your phone to listen to your favorite tunes, just depending on where you're riding around. I would suggest downloading them to your phone because if you don't have service, it really sucks. So you want to make sure you have some music ready to go on your phone. And these things are fucking loud. Even when you get up to 40 plus miles an hour, you can still hear it loud and clear. All right, guys, that's it for my first video. I'm sure I'll be coming to you guys with some more stuff. Feel free to like, subscribe, ask some questions. I'll be checking out the comments, reading it back to you, or replying to you rather, and we'll go from there. Have a great day.